Hello, g'day, all you Wind Against Tiders out there. Massive show tonight. Sorry we're a little bit late, but we've been setting up our state-of-the-art studio. You might notice this is some real crisp video going on here
It certainly is, Dave.
old Moneybags over here has been out splashing the cash.
Have I now?
No, he's been investing, and we've got a couple of, I think we've got like 3 high-definition SLR cameras recording the show. So, and we've also got some sick new lighting.
Yeah.
But enough of the technical stuff. On tonight's show, we have a few tales of our week with the fishing. I had a bit of a funny stuff up when I went out fishing. We've got lots of fishing reports coming through from our regular correspondents. A couple little discussion topics. And also we've got some audience input there at the end like we always do. Now, Adrian, we've been out fishing this morning.
Yes, welcome, Davey.
Thanks for welcoming me onto my own podcast. Yeah, cheers.
Spring is here. Winter's over.
Oh, feels so good, doesn't it?
I've got a spring in my step, Dave, because it brings warm weather, and definitely don't have a bold spring out of my pants because I'm no spring chicken. No, but the fishing is about to heat up.
That's right. We ducked out this morning
Yeah.
in the Renegade. Much to my disgust, we weren't going big tuna fishing.
You were very upset about this because we know there's been a couple of barrels caught.
It's going really good right
And
now.
I said, you know what, Dave? I'm doing something different. It's cod or squid.
How dare you? I wasn't appreciative, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do love my squid fishing. So, yeah, but it did hurt a little bit when a big one came in today because I wished I was out there.
But I think there was 1 or 2 caught today.
Yeah.
There might be a little confusion. Might be the same fish.
But that's all right. We like to mix it up.
We do. And Jonas just got back to us on the live chat here, and he said it's squid season. Forget about the tuna, Dave.
Barrel squids. He loves these barrel
So
squids.
we've got a bit of live interaction going here.
That's good.
And everyone's saying how fabulous we look, nice and crisp and clean.
Yeah, I mean, bit scruffy and all that. Oh, you mean the quality? Yeah. No, it's looking good. Yeah. So if we want to go through a quick little report from this morning, get that one out of the way.
Yeah.
Since it's hot off the press.
It certainly is hot.
It's cold. I'm actually cold, but it's hot intel for everyone out there. So yeah, we went out this morning. Literally just hung around our home ramp, Stony Point.
We certainly did.
Out of the wind, sheltered there. Probably one of our first proper efforts at squidding for the year.
And I think we did quite well.
We did do all right,
we only
Adrian.
fished a couple of hours. And
yeah, if you want to throw up to my computer there's a photo of you with a couple of big ceph dogs, a couple of cephalopods.
Oh, wow. That's a nice one. And then I've got this one here and me holding here.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah, we started off slowly and sort of accumulated a few. And then I decided I wanted to give up and go and get a coffee.
You did. You're fed up.
And Adrian said, "Oh no, we'll go and try this other spot at Stony Point, straight off the ramp, really." And we spot locked on the edge there, and straight away we had.
Now Dave had given up at this stage. He was just, I think, sitting down in the bottom of the boat, and I'm like, "I just need you to chuck that anchor down, my motor guide," and you didn't even do that for me, so I had to quickly do it.
Didn't I?
Because that edge off Stony, you can come really, you come off that edge real quick if you're not quick enough to get your motor guide down.
Yeah, it's not a big area where you drift through there, so you do want to be on the money.
So ideally, just as soon as you get to that edge, it just drops off to about 5 meters straight away, and you want to lock onto that as it's coming down, and generally the squid just school up on there and you're on. And that's exactly what happened.
That's what you want to do when you're squid fishing. For a quick little technical tip for everyone, a lot of the time we're fishing on edges, so especially as that tide is pushing out of the system, the squid are waiting at the bottom of that drop off, ambushing.
Yeah, squid are pretty dumb. They just lie on the bottom and wait for the current to push some bait around, and then they come up and go bang, and you're on.
That's right. Now we use probably about 2 liters of fuel.
Well, by the end of the trip, I think we used 3.8 liters of fuel,
which was a nice change from big tuna fishing, where we're using up to 200 liters of fuel.
Some days in your boat.
I wouldn't go that far, but I've used 200 a couple of times this year.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you still requested that I split with you. In fact, you took a little video here.
I did.
If we want to have a look at that.
Yeah. Dave here. Now, I've used 3.8 litres of fuel, so generally we split the fuel bill. So I'll be asking for $3.80 off Dave.
You know I can't afford that.
Oh, David.
Tough times at the moment, Adrian.
It is. And 3.8 litres of fuel, that's bugger all in this day and age in fishing, because we've been using minimum 100 litres every trip for the last 6 months, basically.
It does make for a nice little change, that's for sure. And we did go in and we did have a nice little brekkie and a hot coffee.
Now, we had a sit-down breakfast.
We did. It was very romantic. Just me and Adrian. So a good successful trip there. I think that's the only trip you've done recently.
In a couple of weeks, because the last trip I did, I think we ended up doing like 260 kilometres in my 420 Renegade for nothing, just sightseeing. So it was good to just relax, throw some baits in the water and chuck some squid jigs, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it would have been nice. I got out on the weekend.
Yeah, you did.
So quite a momentous occasion. I took my little boy, he's not even 8 months yet, and we got him fitted up with a life jacket and took him out on the boat for the first time.
And how did that go, Dave? What did you take out of that, taking your little one out?
He had a ball.
He had a ball.
And I really think it doesn't hurt to just get them used to, like, so they're not like stressed about the boat moving and whatnot. Like, he was having a ball.
Yeah.
He loved when the boat was moving. But yeah, I think the quicker that you get them like interacting with the marine environment and on the boat, the more they'll get used to it, and it won't be a big deal to them. So
yeah, so you've worked out the stresses and what will make it easier next time.
Well, I think just keep the trip short, obviously, which is what we did. We just did a quick little squid drift.
Yep. Now, did you go on the plane with the little one, or did you just plow through the water so you didn't get any bumps? Or
No, we got up and going.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a quick little video of him. It's the very first time. This is a video of him when I took off with the boat. He's never been on a moving boat before.
Yeah.
But he does look out the window at home all the time looking at the boat.
Okay.
So he's probably like, oh, that's what that does.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll chuck that one on.
Yeah. Oh, look at him. He is a little cute Bubba, just kicking his legs, smiling away here.
So that's us just going for a quick cruise. So no, he absolutely loved it. So one thing I did find was that, once we had him on the floor on his playmat and he got a little bit seasick there. But once you get him up on an elevated platform and he can see what's going on, he had a ball. So.
Well, any kid between 0 and 1 year old throw up quite frequently from anything. So
yeah, I know, that's it.
Can happen anytime. So what kind of tips can you give people who want to take their young one out on the boat?
Well, obviously some of this is from what I've observed over the years, but you don't want to take your kids on your big rough offshore trip straight away.
You don't.
No, you want to give them plenty of action.
Yep.
So start them small, garfish, yakkers, that sort of thing, squid. Yep. Highly active.
Start from the basics, you reckon?
That's right. Did I already say short trips?
Yeah, short trips.
Said that, yeah.
Short and sweet, I reckon.
And obviously just bring lots of snackies.
Lots of snacks.
Stuff to keep him entertained.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. And I want him to sort of work his way up anyway. I don't want to take him out and catch big fish until he's sort of like moved through the species and had the full experience. Because if he goes out and like just catches big stuff off the back of me, then he's not going to really appreciate it.
So you want him to work for his game fish?
Yeah,
you don't want him to just come on a boat and wind in a fish?
No. You got to build that story like we had. I mean, I started off, catching toadfish off the beach.
Yeah.
And then obviously you become a jetty rat, and then you get a boat or a tinny or a kayak or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually you're out in the big blue chasing the big stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Dreaming big.
But not everyone likes to go that path. Some people love just chasing snapper year in, year out.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people love just chasing the game stuff.
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, it's up to him. He might not want to come at all, but so we've just started that journey a little bit with Semi.
Yeah.
But I also went fishing the next day with my brother.
Oh.
We got the big gear out.
You got the big gear out with your brother.
Now, the trip started off a little bit average.
Mm.
Put the boat in, Will went and parked the car, and we're ready, or off we go. And I think, here we go. Get halfway out the channel to Stony, and Will's like, Dave, There's a lot of water in the boat.
What? You had water in your boat?
So over the what's the word I'm looking for? Bilge.
Yeah.
Starting to flood onto the deck
Oh,
of
what?
the Eden craft.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, oh shit. Anyway, luckily we got some good bilges in that boat, and they were put the bilges on. They start pumping the water out quicker than it's coming in.
Yeah.
Did the full ball U-turn back up to the ramp.
Yeah.
Now, what you don't want to do in this situation is pull the boat out, make a big scene, and everyone see water gushing out your out the
You don't
bunghole.
want to get out of my way. I need that ramp.
So I just did the old dock it again.
Yeah.
And lie down and reach down, put the bung in while it's in the water, bilge the rest
yeah.
out, and away we go.
You did a secret one.
Little sneaky.
Because we have been caught out without the build before in certain someone's tinny.
That's right.
We've had to beach the boat.
At Flinders.
Yes.
Lucky both these locations weren't like real busy. So
Yeah.
you kind of got away with it. But yeah, it's funny. Like it's like my first reaction is, oh shit. Like that can't be my fault. I never leave the bung out. I'm like, oh, it's like falling out or something. And Will's like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like secretly, like I'm thinking, because I went out with Maddie and Sam the day before, I must have just been thinking, oh yeah, I've left the boat ready to go.
Yeah.
So I didn't worry about it, because normally that's the first thing I do is put the bung in.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my panic, I'm like, no, that can't be my fault. So I just managed to convince myself and tried to convince Will during the day that some freak accidents happened, because I couldn't actually find that bung anywhere. So I put the spare one in the boat.
Oh.
So I was thinking, well, that is weird, because there is a bung missing.
Okay.
And yeah, by the end of the day, I'd managed to sort of convince myself that it wasn't my fault. But yeah, cleaning the boat, and what do I find? But that other bung.
Oh,
So
Dave.
I couldn't blame anyone but myself.
I think that's just humans in general. They like to point the finger at someone else.
Yeah.
Until they confirm that they're the one done it. And when they admit that they've done it, they don't admit. They just slowly let it leak out a few months later. Oh, you remember that time? Yeah.
I suppose it's possible that I could have forgotten to put it in. Yeah, that could have happened. Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
So good start to the morning there, nearly sinking the Edencraft. But luckily she's got a lot of positive buoyancy, that boat, Adrian. So probably pretty safe.
Well, it is in survey, so I don't think you can sink that boat.
No, gave it a try though.
Yeah.
Would have been a bad start to the morning.
Oh, absolutely.
But I said to Will in the Arvo, probably would have been good if we sunk, because it would have stopped us going out in the ocean and wasting our time for the whole day.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did go out there, drove around. There was fish caught that day, big tuna, but we just missed the action. But we did mark. If you chuck it on my laptop, I'll show you one of the soundings we had. So we did find them. Yeah, we did find them. And there's another one. So a big one on the bait down deep. Yeah. So they were in the vicinity. They're still around, but that was another fail of a trip on the big tuna.
Okay, another failure.
Yeah.
But there haven't been too many out there this year.
Failures?
Yeah.
It's been a couple.
Yeah, a couple.
Much less than you'd expect normally.
The ratio compared to other years, we've done quite well this year.
We have done pretty well. And I'd like to keep going, but I might have to get some new crew, because I think you've declared it over, haven't you?
No, well, that's all I've been doing for the last kind of, I guess, 10 months, basically. Yeah. Basically since March, we've been out there looking. And yeah, you kind of go, okay, that's enough. Time to do something different. And that's what we did today. I'm like, I need to break it up.
We didn't really have a full day today anyway.
No, we just fished the tide change.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just kind of fished the tide change. And usually to the tide change, that's when the wind starts. What's your theory on this, by the way, Dave?
Tide changes and wind changes?
Yeah.
Oh, it just happens very frequently, doesn't it?
Yeah, but because a lot of people just say that's when you notice it, because you stop moving. But
no, you often do find on a tide change the wind swings or increases or something like that.
Yeah.
No idea why it does.
Okay.
Sorry.
I just thought I'd
ask
a
meteorologist.
Because I had a conversation with Andrew and Tony about this. Happens and Andrew goes, that's just a theory, it's because you're noticing it because you're packing up. And
no, it definitely does.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to anyway. Might just be coincidence, but now I want you to watch this video, Adrian.
Yep. What do you got?
And tell me your thoughts on this. comparison for everyone. This is where I've parked the last remaining spot. Only problem is significant car overhang.
Okay, so your car's overhanging and you're in the
Still
last
wanted to
spot.
get around, but yeah, I did leave it there. I thought, nah, so I'm going to move it. But what do you guys reckon? Would you move it? So I'm putting that question out to all wind against tiders there. There's a bit of boat ramp etiquette going on. It was very busy on the Saturday, and there was one spot there, and nobody was game to take it because it was hard to get into.
Yeah, it looks like you put some effort into actually reversing that in there.
I was quite pleased with being able to get that big trailer in there. And when I realised there was such a large overhang, I thought, oh, God. I have a feeling I know what you would have done.
What would I do, Dave?
What would you have done? You tell me, Adrian. I think I know.
I probably would have just rammed my car in there and left it. And
you would have walked away and left it.
well, I think if someone hit me, I'm not at wrong because I'm stationary.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if I'm parked illegally or not.
Yeah.
So
it's more the inconvenience of it being a bit hard for people to get around. They could get around it, but I feel like, yeah, you know what people like.
I don't even think my car and trailer would have fitted in that allocated spot.
I don't know why they've got those micro parks there. It's like a bit of an afterthought. But yeah, give us your thoughts on that windy tiders. What would you have done? Would you have moved the car like I did, or would you
been
have
obnoxious and just parked there?
Used hyper arrogance like Adrian and just left it there?
But Bo's saying that would be a stingray act, Dave.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Moving the car would be a stingray act.
Oh, would be? Nah, Bo agrees with me.
Yeah, he does.
He agrees. He agrees that I shouldn't have left it there.
Oh, yeah. Basically.
So yeah, love to hear everyone's thoughts about that one.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to say about that because I would have just left my car there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought I'd take that video and get your thoughts on it.
Cater Production said he would have left it, so that's 1-1.
Yeah. Okay.
If you include us, that's 2-2.
Good to know. Now, you know how there's been like heaps of whales out and about?
Oh, yes, the whales.
Yes.
What's been happening with the whales this season?
Well, I found this little video I thought would be very cool viewing. You know how we tag a lot of stuff?
Yeah.
Big tuna and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've found a new sport for us. And you've got a drone and you love your drone flying at the moment. I think we've got to try this.
Okay.
Really highly illegal, but let's do it. Have a look at this.
Oh, yeah. This is the one I was talking about to you. How they tag the blue whales.
Look at the size of that thing. So,
but this is for science. What these guys are doing here, they're using this hyper mega drone to drop this really expensive satellite tag on a blue whale, probably in the Indian Ocean somewhere.
Who gets that fun job though?
Yeah, I have no idea.
It looks amazing.
I'd love to do that. Imagine missing the whale.
Because maybe the thing floats.
Well, I don't know. It'd be some heavy thing because it's got obviously got it's top heavy, so the spike lands onto the whale and.
That's right. But yeah, that's pretty cool footage.
It's insane footage.
I could imagine you having a crack at that one, Adrian.
Yeah. So Bo's come back with you and he goes, bottom feeders, I've dragged a trailer out of the way and let their tyres down in Ocean Grove. Oh, shit.
Really? That's full on.
That's hectic, Bo. He's let their tyres down and dragged the trailer. Oh, I suppose that they're being obnoxious and blocking everyone out. Out of the way. I guess that's a sensible thing to do, Bo. So well
you'd
done.
almost call that vindictive.
Yeah.
I just started playing our own video. Sorry.
That's all right. Vindictive.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
So, who went fishing today, Adrian? A man that we haven't had on the podcast for some time.
Who went fishing today?
Our good mate, Brendan Wing.
Oh, yes.
He's come out of retirement.
He's been talking about this. He's been ramping up this fishing trip for about a week and a half, I reckon.
This is his big re-entry into the fishing world.
Yeah.
He's come out of retirement. Now, what sort of fishing destinations do you think he would have come up with for his glorious return?
I believe he was watching Joey in his Thailand exotic pond trout farm, I guess, and it's given him an idea.
He thought that looked like he could replicate that closer to home?
Yeah, I think so. That may be the case.
Now,
maybe the Casey.
It may be the Casey Fields. So, approaching the school holidays, what Vic Fisheries do is they stock a lot of these residential lakes with trout.
They do,
which I think is what the Delp is trying to prevent, isn't it? There was a
Well,
thing about Delp stopping fishing in some of the local.
I have no idea what happened with that. Maybe
It's-
it was just some Karen complained about it, and the Delp had to share it because
Yeah,
they
I
got to
don't know.
show both point of views or multiple points. And that's what they came across for that particular week, I guess.
Anyway, we talked about that recently, but yeah, so they've put all these I think they've put the big X brood stock in, haven't they, from some of the trout hatcheries?
I believe they're up to 6 kilo, and a lot of them around that 5 kilo average weight, I guess. So
That's right. Now they're put in there for kids who don't have a lot of access to oceans or wild
boats,
fish.
yeah,
That's right.
and they're not able to climb up mountains and fish these wild brown trout streams.
That's right. They're on their school holidays. Mum and dad are at work. They can walk down to their local pond, and
Yeah.
cast in a bait, and be a chance of a proper big fish.
Yeah.
They're not put in there for 50-year-old fishing presenters who have globetrotted around the world catching giant fish their whole life.
Now we can probably call out a few other people that were here today as well.
We
doing that.
can. Now, there was another man by the name of Mitch Chapman who may be watching the live stream. Also, I heard was spotted down there
Oh, Mitchy was there too.
with another friend of ours, Blackie.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, yeah. So the guys went down there to catch these big breeding trout. And would you believe it? I don't think anyone actually. Oh no, I think Mitch got one.
Oh,
But I heard that Brendan may have struggled, Adrian.
so Mitch got a trout.
That's right.
Mitch is a kind of guy who can go fishing anywhere, anytime, and he's going to walk away with fish.
He'd catch a fish out of a
You
puddle.
trust him to catch a fish.
That's right.
So he caught a fish, and what did Brendan catch? Because it was a hilarious voice message that came across our phones today.
Well, he might have caught pneumonia. 'Cause he went down there, and apparently he thought, give himself the upper hand. He'd wade out a little bit past because there was a lot of weeds near the bank.
Yeah.
Of this Casey Fields pond. So he waded out.
So he's pretending he's in the wild. He's fly fishing. He's knee deep.
Now, this water would probably have to be around 11, 12 degrees, you'd think,
Possibly.
because that's what the bay and the ocean is right now. It's about 12 degrees.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, it could be warmer, little pond. Anyway, very cold. So he's waded out there, and apparently he's gone all in, and he said he went past ball height, Adrian.
Oh,
So he's
he's going up to his balls.
put his life on the line. And then
That's what we're talking about. Spring is in the air. He's balls deep.
he's gone balls deep. But apparently he's gone a little bit further, just trying to get a little bit further cast out there, and there's a bit of a drop off,
Oh,
and he went in the drink,
oh no! What, he actually fell in the water?
fully in the water,
Oh dear!
death
Fully
rolling,
clothed.
around like a
And
crocodile.
I assume he wouldn't have taken his shoes off either.
No, he would have been very underdressed for the occasion too.
Yeah.
So if anyone was down at Casey Fields today having a bit of a flick, and you saw a man frolicking around in the water, that's what that was. Brendan,
Once a land mammal, now a sea mammal.
That's right. So yeah, keep an eye on UFish TV for that one. It might.
Was it all filmed? Do you reckon?
I don't know. I hope it
He
was.
would have had his GoPro on his head.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so keep an eye out for that one. Obviously, Brendan's back out, and there'll be some stuff going up on UFish shortly for everyone who's been asking about that. Actually, cracked over 300,000 subscribers.
Oh, congratulations, guys! That's a huge feat.
You know what? That is a bit of all of us. You know, Adrian?
300K.
Mostly me and you, I'd say.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that will be happening. That channel will be firing up again, I'm told.
Oh, there you go.
And
Exciting.
we'll keep helping out with that one as well as this channel.
And stay tuned. There'll be a Squid episode coming up, possibly this weekend. So
There will be once we get that edited up.
yeah,
And I've still got Joey's super fantastic
trout.
Thailand adventures.
Yeah.
And probably some fishing.
Oh, some ping pong shows.
I still got Joey's.
We
Thailand.
got his uncut GoPro, guys. So we're gonna slip that in there.
He kept it recording the whole trip.
Yeah, there was turtles, there was birds. Can't remember what else came out, but
so yeah, I'm gonna edit that up and get it up. Hopefully, maybe end of the week ish.
beautiful.
We'll see what happens there, but keep an eye out for that one. There was another video sent through to me.
Oh, you got a video sent to you. So we're watching and reviewing people's videos now, are we?
Wow, we're doing a little bit of wind against tide reacting again.
Oh, here we go. Should I put the reaction screen up?
Yeah, you can. I think this is a cool one to say because a few people sent it to me, but we've had a few experiences a little bit like this, but not ended up this close of an encounter.
Okay, this is my first time seeing this. Oh, that's a Mako in the boat.
Beware of swear words here, people.
So that's about 30 foot beyond the boat. Oh my goodness, now it's in the boat. So there's a Mako on the deck of the boat and everyone's just hightailed it out.
That's right. Now, Makos are very acrobatic when you hook them. We know that. And it made me think about some of the interactions we've had with Makos over the years, Adrian.
Yeah.
Because they can be quite inquisitive.
They absolutely can, can't they?
They can be. I think we've had a couple. One in Eden in particular.
Oh, yes.
One that half of Brendan's boat.
Yeah. I've actually had a similar scenario to what happened just then. So one day, me and Scott Henning, we launched out of Inverloch over the bar and made our way to Cody Bank. And we were just drifting for Makos all day. And we got about a 20 kilo one that came at the back of the boat.
Oh, a little puppy.
Yeah, maybe 20, 25, little one. And we got to the side of the boat and I gaffed it and I go, oh, it's only little. We'll be right. We'll just bring it in. And next minute, we get it on the deck and this thing is absolutely going crazy. Me and Scott had just jumped up on the gunnels watching this thing go crazy and its teeth are just
You brought a live Mako on your boat.
Yeah, because I'm just like, it's just a little one. Like, and I said to Scott, never again am I bringing a live shark on the boat. Not until you experience it. It makes you think about it because these things just thrash about and they go absolutely mental. These things are a predator of the ocean, basically. They're not going to give up.
They do need to be respected, those things. That reminds me, I've got a few Mako stories, but and we won't crap on about that too long, but there's one that I wasn't even there for that really makes me laugh was my mate Reese Kennedy.
Yeah.
You know Reese.
Yeah.
He's a larrikin.
Yeah. He's a funny bugger.
He's a funny man. He had this thing going on where he was a real groundbreaker. He caught a few Makos middle of the winter off Western Port.
Yeah.
This was back when we didn't really have tuna or anything. So they were like the peak game fish of the area. And people generally only caught them in summer.
Yeah.
So he went out middle of winter and he did this a few times. He actually caught a few Makos.
Oh, wow.
But he did the same thing, just pulled one live onto the boat. And he showed me the pants he was wearing that day. Now, the tracksuit pants he was wearing had a Mako bite out of the leg.
You're kidding.
So it's bitten that close to his leg that it has taken a chunk out of the material and just missed his leg.
So he could have had this giant shark laceration in his leg, but somehow he's wearing baggy trackies and it's not touched his skin at all.
Very, very lucky indeed.
That is super lucky.
That's right.
He's kissed on the dick because it can go sour quite quick out there.
Oh, it could. Yeah, that's how accidents happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've had a couple come up and obviously attack the boat and whatnot. Especially there's actually it's on Yearfish, me and Tom, and I think Reese was there again. Had one come up and it was about 8 p.m. We'd been drifting all day, and this big angry fired up Mako came up and just latched onto the back of the boat out of nowhere, which was pretty cool to see. And then we threw it a bait, hooked it, and it didn't actually do that much. Once it was hooked, it used all its energy trying to harass us at the start. But yeah,
but these things can go for hours. These sharks.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like, if you hook them deep with a J hook, they can be slugs.
Yeah.
So I think using circles is great for the sport and also gives you the option to release them.
Okay.
I found the corner of the jaw hook ones tend to play up a lot more. Like I especially noticed that at Bermuda. You know how you hook a lot of them when you're slow trolling live baits for marlin.
Yeah.
Found the ones hooked on those circle hooks performed really well. And
yeah, with just 200-pound leader. It's insane how you can keep them on.
And you keep them on. Yeah. When you don't want to keep them on, they stay on.
But you can't keep a school shark on in Western Port, can you?
Well, not often. Only when you're snapper fishing with King Kong, Donkey Kong, Siraj. Oh, yeah. And anyway, that people won't know what we're referring to there. But yeah, school sharks. They've got razor sharp teeth, can be hard to keep on the line. And every now and then we actually